Now, for a first-time tourist in Sierra Leone, I would like to know where is the best attraction of, tourists? Where would you take me for the first time if I come there?
Well, in terms of purchasing things, understanding what our locals love, you go to the big market. That's where all our historic stuff is when it comes to cultural heritage. The other place you would visit is, of course, it's now broken, is a famous Conti tree, but has fallen due to storm. We do have the number 2 river and other beautiful places inside of Freetown before you travel to go to other islands.
So that's in Freetown, that's the capital city of Sierra Leone. And if you go to the other parts of the country, what are the tourist sites you would say these are must-see if you come to visit this country?
So the number 2 river, the Bonds Islands, and we have also the Pepel. These are islands that have rich historic culture of where the slave trade started, where the Nova Scotians went and settled, where they took our slaves and they were transporting our slaves out. But when you go to these places now, it's so beautiful. You would not want to leave. You think you're in some first world country, but it is Sierra Leone, my country.
Sierra Leone. Now, since getting the position of Deputy Cabinet Minister, Tourism Minister, what have you done to improve the tourism sector?
I thank you for that question. One of the things is, being a young person, I included my fellow youth, which is Youth for Tourism. And so what we do now is we go about sensitizing the whole country for our people to know about local and domestic tourism. Because if we as our own, we as our people, we do not know what our cultures and traditions, how do we encourage and support when our tourists come in? And so those are few of the things that I've done for now.
Coming from Africa for a long time, all we see in the composition of a cabinet positions is usually men and not very young men either. Tell me about the representation of the cabinet right now in Sierra Leone when it comes to including women and the youth.
Well, I would first of all say a big thank you to His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, because he's a man of his word. When he says he will do, he will do. So this, as he won his elections, one of the things that he talked about was women inclusion as well as youth. 30% of women are represented in cabinet, in governance now, and there's improvement for more. President Bio believes that the women of Sierra Leone can actually not only move mountains, but can change the trajectory of what people have been thinking of an African woman just being behind the corner or in a kitchen, as well as young people. We have about, you'd say 15% is youth. Our ages are below 39.
So what's your vision now as part of the cabinet, part of the people who are making decisions for the country? What's your vision? And I know that you lived in the United States for a long, long time. You know this country, well, we're included. Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the things that I strongly believe in is working cohesively and together. If we're not able to work together, everybody is different. Everybody's upbringing is different, but then the style of leadership also is different. But when we know that this is our country, this is our governance, we get to make the choice and change and create generational leaders. We will work together, and which is what we're doing. In most of the ministries, I think 2 ministries have both females, as the substantive minister and the deputy are both females. You have other places where you have both are youth. And so what we're doing is we are cohesively working together, which is what President Bio does. Every time he shows us his leadership skills, and we are mimicking that and making sure that Sierra Leone does not only become Sierra Leone, but it's an enviable country.
And very briefly, tell me about schools and the girls getting involved in AI, computer technology, all kinds of things that are happening around the world right now.
A big thank you goes to our CM, which is the Chief Minister now, Dr. David Moynihan Asenge, who has done phenomenally well in making sure that technology in every school is included. Now in Sierra Leone, you have young girls actually working on agriculture, but they're using technology to make sure that agriculture goes far-fetched. We also have young women in different parts of the country, in the villages, that didn't know anything about this technology, but they are now using computers and different things to make sure that they go far. We also have a young woman who is now the Minister of Technology in my country, which I'm so very much proud of, and she's doing exceptionally well to make sure that both education and technology goes hand in hand, to make sure that our young people are actually represented well.